Are we live? Ladies and gents, I was waiting for the end of the first half. The whistle's just gone. I'm doing a watch-along with Leverkusen. Obviously, we're covering all the Bundesliga this afternoon. It is the final game week of the Bundesliga. And as you can see on screen, we've got the scores running below. And if we start off with Leverkusen, they're winning 2-0. So it does look like they're going to become the very first Bundesliga team to go all season without being beaten. An invincible season for Leverkusen. It looks that way. They're 2-0 up. I've currently got my Bochum Cup on the go because I was hoping that Bochum might pull out a win, a draw, just to ensure that survival was definite. Because if we do pay attention to the current Bundesliga table, let's get it on screen for you now, guys. It is close. It is still a little bit of a scrap, as you can see over here. So obviously Leverkusen, we know they're Bundesliga champions. Bayern are currently beating Hoffenheim 2-1, or at least it was when I last looked. So Bayern are going to clinch second place. But if we go all the way down to the bottom, Cologne, as we say in the UK, really struggled this season. 3-0 down at the moment and looking like automatic relegation. For those of you who are fairly new to Bundesliga, it's a little bit different than the Premier League. You can see, first of all, there's 18 teams, not 20. So they don't have an automatic 3 places of relegation. At the moment, Union Berlin currently are drawing 0-0. They're sitting in like a relegation playoff spot, which looks okay at the moment because you can see slightly above Union Berlin, you've got Bochum, who are trailing 1-0. So if we just clarify the scores. Hello, everyone, by the way. Guten Tag, hallo. Willkommen to a very English Bundesliga watch-along live stream. Sean's in the house. They're 2 up now, Sean, if you are still there, mate. Sorry to hear about Norwich the other day. Kind of got battered, didn't you, mate, by Leeds? But yeah, this isn't an English live stream. Let's concentrate on Bundesliga action. So, as we can see on there, Stuttgart 2-0 up against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Die Fohlen, the donkeys, obviously not the donkeys, the young, vibrant horses. But it doesn't matter because Bayern are winning. Obviously, if Bayern, let's just look at the goal difference. Yeah, Bayern have a superior goal difference as well. So Stuttgart are 2 points behind. They're going to need Bayern to somehow lose at Hoffenheim in order to clinch second place. It's been an incredible season for Stuttgart. They've kind of gone under the radar because of obviously Bayer Leverkusen completely dominating the headlines. Hello, good day, Chris. Thank you very much for tuning in to the live stream. We've got Shane Mingard as well. I do have, as I said, it's adverts at the moment. It's half time, but I do have the Leverkusen game on. And I was going to go and get another device as well. And I might actually do that in a moment because if you go on YouTube live, actually don't do that because you're going to leave the stream. Us Brits can watch live on the Sky Sports Football YouTube channel, the Bayern game as well. They are currently still 2-1 up. Let's just clarify those scores because when I put them up, there were still games ongoing. As we read out the scores, Union Berlin 0, SC Freiburg 0, Wolfsburg 1, Mainz 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, RB Leipzig 1, Stuttgart 2, Die Fohlen, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0, Heidenheim 3, Cologne to us English people, 3-0 down, basically Cologne, Hoffenheim 1, Bayern 2, Leverkusen 2, Augsburg 0, Dortmund 2, Darmstadt, who were relegated a long time ago, a terrible season. But they're basically the Rotherham of in the Championship, the Bundesliga equivalent. Werder Bremen 1, Bochum 0. So that is the scores. Let's just move that graphic and we can chinwag about some of the latest Bundesliga news, action. I don't think I've ever done a watch-along before. This might be my very first. But as a reminder, the trophy presentation at the Bayer Arena will take place when, because they've obviously won the title, they might not guarantee at the moment, despite being 2-0 up, ending the season undefeated, but they are Bundesliga champions. And it's going to be a lot of celebrations at the Bayer Arena. I'm a little bit jealous. Really Really enjoying this story, this Leverkusen story. But we do have a game in England. It is the League One playoff final. That was the original plan. I was going to be going to Wembley for the League One playoff final between Oxford and Bolton. But the missus is on a bit of a hen weekend. So I'm here holding fort with the dogs. But I don't mind. It is the final Bundesliga watch along. So I am trying to do a lot more Bundesliga content. I fell in love with the German game when we went. And yeah, I'm just loving, but it's probably the wrong time to get into it because the season's almost over. But as we know, the Euros are in Germany and it's all good. Hello, Stacey Campbell. Will you be doing any England watch-alongs? Yes, kind of. At the moment, I'm planning to watch the very first England game, which will take place at the Schalke Valtins Arena auf Schalke. I did upset someone because I did put a Dortmund shirt over the top of the Schalke jacket. So I'm being a bit of a trying to please everyone, offending everyone in the same. You can't please everyone in life, not just with German football shirts. We're going to be watching the very first England game at Box Park. For those of you who don't know what Box Park is, it's basically that place they cut to every time England score and the beers go flying everywhere and everyone's jumping on the tables. They've got a couple of locations, a few locations, but we're going to be going to the Wembley location, which is literally on Wembley Way. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a watch along for the first game, but we're going to be filming a video at Box Park, at Wembley, to try and soak up some of that English atmosphere because we've got a bad reputation. I'm sure there's some Germans in the live stream. We're not incredibly well liked in the live stream with the Leverkusen fans a couple of days ago. They referenced the fact that a lot of German bar owners are a little bit worried about us Brits coming over and causing trouble. We can't handle our bloody drink, can we? So, yeah, long answer there, but we will be doing some watch-alongs. Thank you, Stacey, as always. Dale, hello, mate. Yes, all good. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. Like I kind of do in England and try and wear a shirt that's inoffensive. I thought I'd go with a Zwei Bundesliga, Bundesliga 2, their equivalent of the Championship. I thought I'd wear a Hertha Berlin shirt from 2006, I think. Obviously, the second tier of German football, the games are tomorrow. So I'm not going to be doing a watch-along for that, but just for your information, the likes of Schalke will be playing tomorrow. Some big clubs in the Zwei Bundesliga. I hope Union wins and Bochum or Mainz lose. So my Union is saved. I've really upset you then, mate, by wearing this shirt. Here's me trying to not offend anyone, and we've got some Union Berlin fans in the bloody live stream. And here's me with their Berlin rivals. A bloody Hertha shirt. Sorry about that one. That's kind of bit me in the ass. I probably should have wore an English shirt. Let's just crack on one of these. Let's get one of these DHgate specials, one of these fakes on the go. Let's get an old Ronaldinho PSG number on the go, shall we? Or maybe we go for the other R in that awesome Brazilian early 2000s trio with Rivaldo as well. We've got Ronaldo. I'll have to wear something like that. I'm not getting changed on camera, though. I will. But you know, when the second half starts, I might get another phone and I might have the Bayern game just to the side, actually, because I mean, let's be honest. I think as a neutral, it would be nice for Stuttgart to get second place. I think they've deserved it. But obviously, if Bayern get more points, technically they've deserved it. But it's nice to see different people at the top. I'm not going to go on about the Premier League, but we are going to be at the Etihad tomorrow, unfortunately, to see them probably win 4 Premier League titles in a row. And the Bundesliga was always made fun of in England. It's been a farmers' league, a one-horse race, Bayern Munich running away with it. But who's laughing now? I'm not sure who's laughing, really, but it's not that anymore. The Premier League is becoming a bit of a farmers' league. Good. Yes, we will be doing a live. We're going to do a live watch along actually outside the Etihad tomorrow for the final Premier League game. I'm going to be kicking myself if for some reason Man City drop points and Arsenal win, and I'm at the wrong bloody ground because I was going to go to the Emirates, but I thought, you know what? Let's go to the Etihad. I'm not like an ultra or something. I'm a casual fan. Well, that's all right then. That's the thing. Oh, that's one thing I have noticed. If we compare, the second half hasn't started, has it? No, they are at the Boy Arena on Sky Sports Arena, but they're showing old stuff. I think German fans are a lot more, how do I put it? How do I put it politely? In a good way. German fans are a lot more passionate, but there's a word, maybe tribal about their club. I think the younger generation, which I'm no longer part of, I'm an old guy now, the younger people in England will wear random football shirts almost as a fashion statement. As much as my partner keeps saying to me, you look ridiculous, you look like an 8-year-old boy. You got to admit, guys, I look quite fashionable, don't I, at the moment? There we go. Look at that. White shorts as well. I've been very proud of this look as I've been strutting around my estate. Go for FCB. Shall we get the Ronaldo top on? Here we go. Let me just put my drink down. Let's make a tactical change, shall we? Whew. There we go. Not offending anyone now. Let's put the collar up even. Let's do a bit of a... There we go. Look at that. Everyone happy? All you Union Berlin fans happy? The Berliners? Do you think Kane cursed? Well, we did speak about this, didn't we? We joked. Unfortunately, hopefully no Tottenham fans were offended. But we joked that obviously Dyer and Kane join Bayern. And now they've introduced a bit of Tottenham, a bit of Spursiness to Bayern München. Today, right, let's get my pronunciations right, guys. So there isn't that B looking thing is 2 S's, I think, guys, if my A-level German is right. So that's Prusen. Yeah, Prusen. There's a little umlaut above the U. Münster. Today, Prusen Münster got promoted from 1, 2, 3, Drei Liga to Bundesliga 2. They are one of the Bundesliga founders. Mate, if I'm covering German football, first of all, I need to get my pronunciations right, but I need to know things like this. This is very interesting. We need to be going to clubs like Prusen Münster and introducing a bit of information to us English fans so we can learn about the history of the Bundesliga. Prussia Münster. There we go. It's a little bit easier. So, yes, we did, if you are new to the channel, we did a little trip to Alemannia Aachen. I've got a sticker from the Ultras. They said, here you are. Oh, I've got the ticket actually here. They said, here you are. Here's a ticket. Here's some stickers. Now take your camera and piss off. That's what they said. And I did just that. I put some of the Aachen stickers around the man cave. I don't know if you can do a bit of a move round, can't we? Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a bloody Dortmund top. Don't let the Schalke fans see that. Should we show a little bit of love to Bochum? I don't know if we've got an Union Berlin fan in the house. It might be a little bit disrespectful to do this. Put a Bochum hat on. Let's do it. Just see what he says. Hang on. We've got a bit of a celebrity from across the pond over here. We've got Jonesy. Now, Jonesy and I had a lovely conversation about legitimate, not DH Gate football shirts, one of which is on the channel. Mate, I'm in the process of editing up the second part. I might put it up as shorts. But yes, we've got an Australian Premier League fan. And what's your thoughts on Bundesliga football, Jonesy? Is it big in Australia? Are there many Bundesliga fans in Australia? Because I know there's a lot of Premier League fans in Australia. Very interested to find out. Alemannia Aachen is crazy. 4th league, Regionale, yeah, with 30,000 fans per game. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a ticket to the game they got promoted in. I think they'd spent, was it 12 years in the fourth tier, the regional fourth tier. And they finally made their way back to the third, the Dry Liga. Oh, hang on. Have we kicked off the second half? I think my screen's like zoomed in because the scoreboard's cut out. So what I'm doing, guys, with this live watch along is I'm going to have one earphone in like that. To the side of you is the game. And we're just going to have a chilled out afternoon, stoking up the Bundesliga atmosphere. Well, thank you very much, mate. Let's get your comment on screen. So there's not much Bundesliga action, guys, in Australia. Maybe we can change that, Jonesy. Maybe we need to start a petition. But in England, we're fortunate enough to get a lot of games free on YouTube. They put YouTube live streams of the games on. I'm actually watching this on Now TV, but it's on Sky Sports Arena, which I pay for, obviously. £26 a bloody month. Well, I am Spurs, and to be honest, I feel sorry for him. Oh, apologies for the slight, not dig at Spurs. I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Spurs, although I was slightly put off when I saw Jamie O'Hara on TalkSport wearing a Man City shirt, cheering on City against Spurs. Spurs fans sometimes don't do themselves any favours, do they? Give this man some likes. Thanks very much. Well, thank you for that, mate. That would be lovely. If you do want to like the video, that would be absolutely fantastic, guys. I'm not going to be one of those trying to do watch-alongs for every game. I'm not going to be a bit of a Mark Goldbridge. As I said earlier, the missus is on a hen weekend, and I was feeling a little bit lonely. I thought, you know what, let's spend the time with the Bundesliga fans. Leverkusen are on the attack, guys. Are they going to make it 3-0? Cuts it back in. As a crack at goal, as the commentator said, straight at the keeper. Currently, Leverkusen 2. Augsburg 0. Let's just look at the live scores because I might have to update my ticker across the screen. They're all the same at the moment. Nothing changed. As a reminder, Bayern are beating Hoffenheim 2-1. Stuttgart are 2-0 up against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Dortmund are 2-0 up against Darmstadt, obviously. Easy win there for Dortmund. Wolfsburg and Mainz 1-1. 1-1. Werder Bremen still 1-0 up against Bochum. Sky's prices in Germany are very similar. So I guess in Germany, guys, it's the same with us in the Premier League, isn't it? Do you have like not a 3 o'clock blackout, as we call it, but whenever your kickoff times are, do you have what we call a blackout? Do you have no access to every game? You've got a featured game normally, maybe a Saturday lunchtime. We have a Super Sunday at like 4 o'clock on a Sunday with a game before that. But the 3 o'clock kickoff games on a Saturday, very rarely do we get to watch live. Whereas I'm guessing you lot would, even though I have paid for this game, the Bayern game, for example, I'm guessing you lot wouldn't have access to that live stream for free, would you? When I went to my friend's, my mate's house over in Cologne, where I went to his dad's house, he had some Bundesliga action on at the time. I think it was the Cologne game, actually. And I think he was watching that on DAZN, possibly. Was it DAZN you watch it on? I'm not too sure. You got a soft spot for Man United. There's not many people with a soft spot for Man United. Sometimes I question my loyalty to United. Not that you should question your loyalty to a team, but obviously I made the decision to make this channel a neutral channel based upon the fact that most people hate Manchester United. But I did watch the 99 documentary when it was released yesterday, the 3-part series, and it reminded me of those times growing up as a die-hard Glory fan. I just could never change my team, my English team, as much as I'd try. But in terms of German teams, I did say in the Leverkusen video, guys, I am thinking of picking up a German football team. Obviously, we've got little hints of like a Borussia shirt, Schalke Highvis, Bochum hat, Bochum cup, Leverkusen hat. I've got Schalke stuff over there. Obviously, Alemannia Aachen. But I need to make an informed decision before I choose my Deutsche team. I need to go to like every Bundesliga and Zwei Bundesliga and maybe even Dry Liga club, watch a game to make it a level playing field. It's hard though when you do YouTube because I think it is a lot easier when you are a neutral. Let's just check those live scores, guys, because surely someone has. I'm on the Zwei Bundesliga games here. So as a point of reference, tomorrow, Hertha are away to VfL Osnabrück. Christ, you've got HSV, Nuremberg. You've got Kaiserslautern in that league. Hanover, obviously, St. Pauli are promoted. Some big teams in the Zwei Bundesliga. All the scores are still the same, guys. So let's get the table back up, just as a point of reference, just so you know how things stand at the moment. Let us know as well in the comments if you are watching this. Maybe as well if you're English, which of you Brits or British, which of you Brits have a soft spot for a certain German club? Do you have a soft spot for a German club? Do you follow a German club as well as a British club? And if you are German, let us know who's your club in the comments below. It's interesting. Oh, mate. So, yeah, if you have seen that 99 documentary, guys, people forget that Schmeichel had a bit of a mare in the treble season, made so many mistakes, especially in the Champions League. But for me, again, this is a Bundesliga watch-along, so I'm not going to go and get all my Schmeichel shirts out. But for me, he was one of my favourite players growing up. I don't pay for any sports things. All I know, the TV rights here in Germany are fucked for Bundesliga. See, everything's normally better in Bundesliga. I'd actually planned to upload a video this morning called 5 Reasons Why Bundesliga is Better Than Premier League. But I've uploaded so much content that I think it puts people off if you upload too much. And we're definitely treading a fine line with the amount of bloody live streams and content we've done lately. It's the end of the season. I'm all excitable. It's inevitable, isn't it? You're going to do a lot of content. We'll have a few weeks where we go a little bit quieter and then we'll ramp it back up for the Euros. Still 2-0, by the way, Leverkusen guys. They're having it. It's comfortable. I've just seen them have a few shots. That one's gone way over the bar. Is it? Well, on TV cameras, actually. It almost feels like they're just running down the clock now. We're happy with 2-0. Let's just get the trophy presentation underway. And again, as a reminder, guys, you're probably bored of it if you're German, but in England, obviously, we're very much sucked into the Leverkusen story. Nobody's ever gone the whole Bundesliga season unbeaten. So this is monumental. This is Arsenal in the early 2000s. Remember, Arsenal got awarded a solid gold, smaller Premier League trophy. We did a stadium tour at the Emirates. We saw that trophy. So check that video out, the Arsenal stadium tour video. And we saw that invincible trophy. Now, when we did the Buy Arena tour, obviously because the Bundesliga Shield isn't awarded to Leverkusen until today when they do the presentation, they had like a holographic trophy in the Bayer Leverkusen. I said the Bayer Leverkusen trophy room, as all the Germans would know. They were known as, was it Schwitzerkusen or Neverkusen, as we would, I can't remember the German name. Apologies, I just made up a word there. They didn't really have a trophy room because they had no trophies to put in it. So there's a bit of a mad panic now with all these trophies coming in. They're having to buy trophy cabinets and stuff. But will they get a gold Bundesliga shield is what I'm asking, essentially. Similar to what Arsenal got when they won the Premier League unbeaten. Still on the attack, Leverkusen. I think this could be 3 or 4-0. As a reminder as well, I've got the Bochum Cup. They did win 5-0 at Bochum, where we went. We did a matchday vlog at VfL Bochum. I actually have a massive soft spot for Bochum. I'm obviously very much consumed by the Leverkusen story, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't really impressed by Bochum. The ground felt a little bit British to me. That's probably why I liked it. Chris is saying Brits should support Holstein Kiel because of their Anglo-Saxon ancestry. True, but with that logic, Is it AC Milan, who were founded by Englishmen, which is why they've got St. George's Cross? I think it's AC Milan. We should technically have a soft spot for Milan, shouldn't we, really? That is a good point. That is a good point. I know as well, if you're watching this off the back of the Borussia Park video we did, firstly, apologies. It was a local Cologne person who did tell me the translation of De Folen. Sorry, Boniface almost scored then. De Folen doesn't mean donkeys, but they do have a soft spot for a lot of British clubs. They have a connection to, obviously, Liverpool, but numerous English and Scottish clubs. If you are watching this game along with me, guys, I think I'm trying to work out which side the cameras were. When we sat there, we were in the family section, the opposite end from the ultras, from the north curve. Trying to pick that out on the camera. Leverkusen is correct. Good. Again, as a reminder, I've not learned German since, I think, 2006, since I bought that bloody Hertha Berlin shirt when I last went to Germany prior to the last visit. It was prior to the World Cup in 2006. So everything is flooding back to me. But I would like to long-term pick up the language again. It would be nice, especially doing Bundesliga content. If you're just joining into the stream, guys, we do have the scores obviously running down below, but I haven't updated them. I'm just going to double check the scores on the live Bundesliga scores I've got here. So Union Berlin 0, Freiburg 0, Wolfsburg 1, Mainz 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, RB Leipzig 2. Very popular club, I've heard, RB Leipzig in Germany. Stuttgart 2, Mönchengladbach 0, Heidenheim 3, Cologne 0, Hoffenheim 1, Bayern 2, Leverkusen 2, Augsburg 0, Dortmund 2, Darmstadt 0, Werder Bremen 1, Bochum 0. So the scores are exactly the same as they were at half time. Yeah, so someone's put an interesting point here, guys. I read that Fortuna Düsseldorf have had a long fan connection with Ipswich, which is pretty cool. Now, again, I'm speaking, everything I say is obviously from a British perspective, but I think Fortuna Düsseldorf are pretty well unknown in Britain. And I'm really disappointed that when I went for those 4 days a few weeks ago, the plan was to tour. I think your ground is the Merkur-Spiel Arena, isn't it? It's one of the Euro 2024 host stadiums. We were planning to go to Dusseldorf's stadium to do a stadium tour. But because of the matches we went to, we were bloody busy and we just didn't get a chance to check out the fabulous stadium at Dusseldorf, in Dusseldorf, should I say. There's so many Euro 2024 stadiums within that area. Obviously, you've got the Rhein-Energie in Cologne, which I'm guessing is an arch rival of Dusseldorf. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed I didn't get to check that out. I have heard there's a friendship between Cologne and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Is that correct, guys? So we do have some Ipswich fans who've joined the channel off the back of that promotion video we did, guys. If you did see the video when we saw Ipswich get promoted. So that is interesting. If you are an Ipswich fan and watching this, maybe your club could be Dusseldorf. I wonder if there's any German clubs with links to United, Manchester United. Should know that, really. Sean Locke, are you watching League One? No, mate. Again, I was planning on going to the game, Oxford versus Bolton. I've no idea of the score, Sean. So if you could, hang on, what's the time? Kickoff hasn't kicked off yet, has it? Isn't it 4:30 kickoff? I think. I was going to be going down with Lee from around the grounds, but yeah, obviously can't go today. I'm having to hold fort here, which is why I'm doing the watch along. Then I was planning on doing the League Two playoff tomorrow, but I had to make a decision. So a lot of smoke and mirrors goes on YouTube. Like, I like to keep it as real as possible with you. I'll be honest, like doing the live streams in terms of growing the channel, they don't make that much difference at the moment for me. I do the live streams because I feel like we get to connect on more of a personal level. The videos aren't edited. We can chat and have a chilled out convo like we're doing right now. So that's why I do the live streams. But I also have to, obviously the channel's monetized, but every single penny the channel makes goes straight back in to the channel. So if I'd have gone to the League Two playoff final tomorrow, they wanted 65 quid for tickets. 65 bloody quid for a League Two playoff final, which is fair enough. But to park around Wembley in London, you're looking about 30 quid on just park. That's 95 quid. And then you got fuel, which would probably be 30, 40 quid, maybe less. About 30 quid, should we say. Then you got food and stuff. So I'm looking at least 120 Great British pounds just to film, watch and enjoy and make content on the League Two playoff final. So I decided to make the executive decision to cover the Premier League tomorrow and go to the Etihad. I've not got a ticket for the game. I'm rocking up, filming all the pre-match atmosphere. We're going to do a live watch along. You might have seen the link. There will be, I think this live stream will automatically go to tomorrow's live stream. So make sure you do check that one out. We're going to do a live watch along of the City versus West Ham game and the Arsenal versus Everton game from right outside the Etihad. So there's not many people that do live watch alongs outside the ground. They're doing a watch along on. Not many I've seen anyway. So that will be quite interesting. So yes, I basically spent a lot of the past month's earnings on 2-1, guys. 2-1. You lot are ahead of me, Sean. You said 2-1, and then the goal was like 10 minutes later. Spoiler alert. 2-1. Pressure's on, Leverkusen. You never do things the bloody easy way. Let's switch allegiances. We like to do this on the channel, guys. We like to wear different hats, don't we? We like to wear different hats. Let's get our Leverkusen hat back on as we're doing a Leverkusen watch-along. 2-1. Pressure's on. Xabi Alonso only operates under pressure, though, guys. Do not fear when Leverkusen are here. How awful would it be? You've won the Bundesliga. You have the chance of going all season unbeaten. And imagine if they somehow lost this. This is bloody Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso does not look happy as well, does he, Sean? He is fired up. He's fired up for this. This is important, guys. So let's correct those scores. Whilst I'm correcting the scores, guys, again, get commenting in the comments below. We got someone here from Istanbul. Good to speak with you, mate. I did have an opportunity actually to go to Istanbul. Someone offered me, this is going to be awful. Someone offered me free teeth to get veneers or a hair transplant. I think they were taking a mick at my incredibly high, big forehead for free, so long as I make a video on it. And I said, the only way I'd do that is if you tour me around some of the Turkish football grounds. So we did almost agree upon it, but then I decided I didn't want new teeth and new hair. I'm quite happy as I am. Got a bad story, that. I appreciate that, mate. You'll be welcome in Ali Sami Yen. Sorry, mate, my pronunciation is terrible. Ali Sami Yen Stadium for the Gala game. I will take you up on that bloody offer. I've always loved. The only thing I don't like about Istanbul is being reminded of that amazing Liverpool comeback. But again, I'm supposed to be neutral on the channel. Supposed to be neutral. Fantastic comeback in the Champions League. That was not as good as United's 99 comeback, though. Let's correct these scores, guys. So let's take that off. Let's do a bit of correction. So obviously Leverkusen 2-1. Have we got any more updates on the scores, guys? Let's have a little look. Bayern is still 2-1 up. Still 0-0 at Union Berlin versus Freiburg. Oh, Christ. Eintracht Frankfurt have pulled a goal back as well, guys. Eintracht Frankfurt 1, RB Leipzig 2. Let's get that one on there as well. Eintracht Frankfurt, RB Leipzig. Where is bloody Leipzig? There we go. Oh, it's been 2 goals because it was 1-0 to Leipzig last time I looked. So Leipzig are still winning, guys. But, yeah, missed 2 goals there. Me yapping. Sorry about that. Save that one up. Get the scores back on there. As you can see, Leverkusen 2-1 at the moment. Dortmund is still 2-1 up, 2-0 up, guys. They're all the same. All the other scores are exactly the same. So the scores on the screen for you right now are correct, or they should be correct. Again, I think I'm a little bit behind Sean. So, Sean, you might have to keep the people updated as well, mate. that Champions League 2005, it was amazing. I'm only joking. It'd be wrong of me as a United fan not to try and wind Liverpool fans up, because let's be honest, guys, us United fans have been wound up by our own team all season, which is probably why I'm sat here with a Barca shirt on and a Leverkusen hat, trying to avoid United. So if you're just tuning into the live stream, guys, I've got Bayer Leverkusen on at the moment. They're currently 2-1 up. As a reminder, they might be the very first team to win the Bundesliga unbeaten. A lot of people are talking about an unbeaten treble, but obviously this has never been done. Just to go a whole Bundesliga season unbeaten has never been done. For us English, basically think of almost 3-1 there. Just think of Arsenal in the early 2000s. It's going to be a similar thing to that. But from Arsenal, didn't quite do as well, did they, in European and domestic cup competitions? Sean, are you watching it on Sky? Yeah, that's what I've... The thing is, though, Sean, I've got it on... I'm watching it through Sky Sports, but I've got it on Now TV. My missus cancelled Sky Sports, didn't she, a few weeks ago? Season's almost over now. Bollocks to it. You go to games live anyway. What do you need that for? And here I am. I thought I'd do... It's no contract with Now TV, by the way. You can cancel at any time. So I thought I'd fork out 26 quid for the final month of the domestic season. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a live watch-along outside the Etihad next week as well. And Sky Sports, almost 2-2 there, Sean. Almost 2-2. Sean, I'm going to leave the commentary to you, mate. You're way ahead. Sky Sports are doing an awesome... They always do an awesome final Premier League kind of game thing, don't they? Where they kind of flick between games and so on. Who remembers the days... you German fans as well. In England, back in the day, we'd have those portable radios to our ear on the final game of the season. If you've got any Schalke fans in the house, obviously I spoke about you guys almost winning the title in your last Park Stadion season, which was 2001, I think. Did you all stand there with your portable radios to your ears? And then when you heard that Bayern had bloody scored in 3 minutes of extra time or whatever it was and stole the bloody Bundesliga off you, I bet you got your portable radio, didn't you? I bet you smashed it up, stacked on it. Sorry to bring that up, guys. Alki, were you the person who messaged me, by the way, on Instagram? Can you confirm? We had a bit of a debate over the greatest manager of all time. Did you message me on Instagram? I didn't mean to disrespect you by putting a Dortmund shirt over the top of the Schalke high-vis. I do apologise. I'll tell you what we do. Just to please you. There we go. Was that better? I'm going to upset all the bloody Dortmund fans. Now, I can't do that really because we spoke about live watch-alongs. I'm going to be doing a live watch-along for the Champions League final. We mentioned next week. No, tomorrow. We're doing a live watch-along outside the Etihad for the final Premier League game. Next weekend, we're going to be doing a live watch-along outside Wembley for the FA Cup final. The week after, we're going to be back at Wembley doing a live watch-along as Dortmund play Real Madrid. So I can't upset Dortmund too much. I'm gonna have to take that down because I'm gonna have the ultras setting fire to me, going wild. Let's play it safe, guys. Give me that Ronaldinho top. Let's put that there, shall we? Still 2-1, by the way, guys, in the Leverkusen game. As it currently stands, not only are they champions, they're first team to go a full Bundesliga season unbeaten. Let's check the other scores, though. Thank you, mate. So, as it's just come in there, thank you, Andreas Klassen. Hoffenheim and Bayern a 2-2. That really does spice things up because as it stands, I think Stuttgart are still winning. They would be level points, but correct me if I'm wrong, Andreas. I think Bayern have a better goal difference, don't they? So there we have it, 2-2 with Hoffenheim. Stuttgart are still 2-0 up against Die Fohlen, the Donkeys. Let's get the table. Let's get the table up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a live table on the screen for you in a moment, because I think that's the best way of keeping track of the action. Let's put that there. Put that there. Put that there. So they'd both be on 73 points, Bayern and Stuttgart. Let's save that up as __. Let's add that to the live stream. It's got to be a quicker way of doing this. I need like a live, I need a live bloody score ticker, don't I? Add overlay. There we go. Right. There we go, guys. That is the live table at the moment. As you can see, 73 points, Bayern and Stuttgart. Leverkusen have absolutely blitzed this league, haven't they? Look how far ahead they are in terms of the points. RB Leipzig, every German's favourite team, on 67 points. Just behind them, you've got Dortmund. So Dortmund could have hopped up to 4th had Leipzig lost. Games are still on, by the way, so that could all change. But Dortmund, despite the fact that they're in the Champions League final and they could win the competition, remember, 5th spot gets Champions League football this season. So Dortmund have Champions League football regardless. Thanks for that, by the way, Andreas. Yeah, confirmation there. Bayern have a way better goal difference. So again, as you can see on screen, the goal difference is the second from furthest to the right. So as you can see, Bayern have a goal difference of 51, whereas Stuttgart 37. Now, obviously, Stuttgart have done well domestically, but I've heard as well from some German friends that a lot of their players are making their way into the German national team as well. Let us know your thoughts on Germany if you are German, because I've heard you guys aren't very confident going into Euro 2024. I've actually got Germany as my pick for the tournament, which comes as a shock, and a lot of people are quite wound up by that. England on paper, I do think, have the better team in terms of names. But then if you compared Bayern Munich's team on paper, names, with Leverkusen's, you'd probably say that Munich's is better. And look what Leverkusen are doing, and look how Bayern have been. I think a similar thing will happen in the Euros. Fortunately, us English, even when we have great name players, we do struggle a little bit. Over the bar, Bayer. See, mate, that's not happened on here yet. Crossed in. Xhaka smashed it over the bar. You're about 20 seconds ahead of me, mate. So let's update these. Let's update these scores, shall we? Any other scores? So, that was. Hang on. Union Berlin won, Freiburg 0. Wasn't that 0-0 a moment ago? Because Mainz are winning as well. They're 2-1 up against Wolfsburg. Guys, it's all happening. It's bloody all happening. Dortmund are now 3-0 up. Jesus Christ, let's update these scores. So much going on here, guys. Dortmund have gone 3-0 up versus Darmstadt. There's no surprise there. That was obviously going to be a win for Dortmund. Hoffenheim 2, Bayern Munich 2, Union Berlin 1, Freiburg 0. Werder Bremen is still beating Bochum 1-0. Köln have got a goal back. It's now 3-1 versus Heidenheim. It's all kicking off. It is all bloody kicking off. And that's what we love on the final game of the season. I think still too late, though, for Cologne, especially as some of the teams around him are doing quite well, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Still 2-1 in the game between RB Leipzig and Frankfurt, though, as well. I think I've got those scores right, guys. Leverkusen 2-1, obviously, we're doing a watch-along. Dortmund 3-0 up. Yeah, I think that's all right. Correct me if I've got any of those wrong, guys, but they're the current scores. Wolfsburg 1, Mainz 12. No, no, that's not the score. They have not gone 12-1 up, guys. They've gone 2-1 up. There we go. I mean, this is so comfortable for Leverkusen. It's like a training match. It's like a pre-season friendly. I'd be shocked if they threw away this. But then, obviously, we've been to a Leverkusen game versus Stuttgart, where, let's be honest, Stuttgart were by far the superior team. I think that day they were out Florian Wirtz and Granit Xhaka. Frimpong's got the ball in the box at the moment. Frimpong crossed in, cleared away by the defender. As we were saying, we've seen Leverkusen get points from games they didn't really have a right to get points from. The opposite could happen, but it doesn't look that way at the moment because Leverkusen have got all the play. Back to Frimpong. Frimpong's in the box. Is he going to lay it back to Xhaka? Oh, free kick outside the box. Is Grimaldo playing, by the way? I didn't even see the starting lineup. Is Grimaldo playing, guys? Let us know in the comments below. Who is shocked of you, Roy? You are so nice and smart. I wouldn't say smart. You could probably tell by looking at me. I'm a bit of a... not that smart. Darmstadt as a comparison is like Sheffield United this season. Basically, mate, I compared them to Rotherham earlier on in the Championship, relegated long before the end of the season. But then again, Sheffield United were relegated quite a long time before the end, weren't they? Is a Leicester or Leverkusen story more impressive? I'll go with Leicester. So this is something we were debating a couple of weeks ago. I think I phrased it wrong, guys, because most impressive, I'd probably say it would be Leverkusen. Biggest surprise, I'd probably say, was Leicester. Sitting on the fence again, Roy. Going to get splinters in your ass if we carry on like this. Maybe again, that's a Brit and knowing more about English football, and obviously never considering Leicester as a possibility to win the Premier League. Whereas Frimpong almost scored there, guys. Whereas obviously Germans would know, obviously, a lot more about German football. Whereas we see, even though Leverkusen, that's the thing, we spoke with Leverkusen fans on a live stream a couple of days ago, and they had to kind of put into perspective that although Leverkusen are looked at as a big club, Florian Wirtz has just missed a sitter, guys. Florian Wirtz has tried to take on the keeper. Sean Locke said, great save. I suppose you could attribute that to the... So Grimaldo got subbed off, did he? The reason I mentioned him was I thought he might have took that free kick. Augsburg on the attack. They're in Leverkusen's box. Oh, God. Don't know why I'm even that bothered, to be honest. 36 years ago, Leverkusen has won the Euro Pokal against Espanyol. Good to know, mate. Yeah, I think we did. Did we mention that in the Leverkusen tour? I'm not sure if we did, actually. As a reminder as well, guys, Leverkusen are in the DFB Pokal on the same day the FA Cup's on Saturday, I believe, the 25th of May. Again, obviously, because I'm at the Manchester Derby at Wembley, I won't be covering Leverkusen in the DFB Pokal, but I will be keeping an eye out for the score. So I would love them to do the treble. You all right? The missus has just walked in. Do you want to get on the live stream, babe? No, I've got no bra on. Don't know if you heard that. My missus hasn't got a bra on. That's why she can't get on the live stream. Got all the dogs out here as well. It's chaos. This is a shed, as a reminder. I'm not sure if you can get a bit of a glimpse as to the man cave. Those are all the stadium tour lanyards. That's the Middlesbrough flag. What else we got there? We got the Dortmund shirt marking 50 years of the Westfalenstadion. Got the first FIFA. Got all kinds of stuff on the walls. Got Gaza up there as well. There we go. There we go. Gunnosaurus up there. Look at that. Gunnosaurus. We've got loads of England stuff. We've got Happy Harry, the Luton Teddy. We've got Pete, the Crystal Palace mascot. Oh, almost 2-2 there, guys. Oh. Any update on scores, ladies and gents? So we've got Frankfurt 2, Leipzig 2. Leipzig were 2-0 up, weren't they? Great comeback there by Eintracht Frankfurt. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Eintracht Frankfurt. I think it's because like Frankfurter hot dogs. And you taking a piss, Melissa? Union Berlin still 1-0 up. Wolfsburg still trailing 2-1 to Mainz. Let's correct that Frankfurt score, though, ladies and gents. What do we think, ladies and gents? Do we think Leverkusen are going to hold on? Oh, not if they're playing like that. It's gone from a comfortable training ground, pre-season friendly style game to feeling the pressure, but they are on the counter-attack. Referee has blown the whistle for a free kick. In terms of minutes played, what are we looking at? So we're getting towards the end now. We're in the 82nd minute. Only 8 minutes of regular time to play. That's gone quickly, this second half. Is your mum and dad coming around or no? So as a reminder there, we've got Royce, Marco Royce has been subbed off. What a legend. Again, as a reminder, a lot of Brits won't know this. Obviously a legend of the club. Let's get the shirt out. Let's get the shirt out as we're talking. A legend of the club. I think he's probably been subbed off to get a round of applause. This would be, correct me if I'm wrong, Andreas, would this be his last game at the Westfalenstadion? I'm not allowed to call it Signal Iduna Park, apparently. I think it is his final game as a legendary Dortmund player. I'm hoping he's going to be there for the game at Wembley. Not that I'm going to see him. I'm actually kicking myself. Everyone says I'm an absolute fool because I was offered. I did the ballot. Well, I didn't do the ballot. A friend of mine did the ballot, and he got the chance to buy a Champions League final ticket for 600 quid, which he didn't want to pay. He did offer it to me, and I was like, 600 quid, you're having a laugh. But I've seen that they resell for a lot more than 600 Great British pounds. So even if I didn't go, I probably should have bought the ticket and bloody resold it. Shouldn't say that publicly because I think that is illegal. Leverkusen and Cologne are direct neighbours. Well, I know that because obviously I flew to Cologne. Yeah, let's just remind the people. If you go into Leverkusen, you'll fly to Cologne. I hired a car and it was about a 15-minute drive, roughly, would you say, Chris? About 15, 20 minutes from Cologne Airport to the Bayer Arena. I stayed at a hotel, what was it called? Liosso? Hotel Liosso Leverkusen, just quite close by, like 10-minute walk away from the ground. Through like the training pitches and stuff. A really nice little walk from that hotel to the Bayer Arena. So again, as a reminder, this is why Leverkusen is considered probably a smaller club in Germany than we think it is in England, because you've got the big cities of Cologne and Dusseldorf, kind of either side of Leverkusen. Again, nearby you've got Dortmund, you've got Gelsenkirchen, not too far away you've got Mönchengladbach. You've got, obviously, in terms of clubs, you've got Bochum around there as well. So many Bundesliga and Zwei Bundesliga clubs. Again, Aachen isn't too far away, maybe an hour away. It's a real hot spot if you are to go to Germany and do a bit of ground hopping, sort of the western side. Along, what's the river called? It's like the Rhine something. Bloody hell, this has all changed. Stuttgart are now 4-0 up against Die Fohlen. Now, I keep saying Die Fohlen again to take the piss out of the fact that I called them the donkeys, but I think we'll all agree, guys, that Mönchengladbach this season haven't really been foals, have they? Young horses. They have been bloody donkeys. 4-0 up. Oh, my God. It's all happening in the last few minutes. Jesus Christ, let's get that ticker off because I'm drinking out my Bochum Cup. They're 3-0 down now, ladies and gents. In a moment, I'm going to put up a live scoreboard. Let's get that banner off. We will hang around for the lifting of the trophy. We might have a few-minute break. I'm going to go for a wee, catch up with the missus. Because, again, if you're wondering, I said she is away on a hen weekend. She is here temporarily. She just finished a cream tea. The hen weekend is only about 15 minutes away in Gloucester. She came back for a few hours to get ready for a bit of a girls' night out tonight. So I'm not just making it up. She is on a hen weekend. She just come back temporarily. And I bet she's really happy with the fact that I decided to live stream for those 2 hours she was back. I bet she was loving it. I didn't realise she was coming back at this time. So, yeah, as a reminder, guys, it is Marco Reus's last game at the Westfalenstadion. So quite a moment there for Dortmund fans. What a legend. Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce if you need a cracker for tomorrow. Bloody hell, I didn't even know. It was the the biggest Turkish game. Didn't know it was tomorrow. We are just 1 point away from being crowned champions, hoping to see some magic from Zaha. What a player, by the way. United should have bloody kept him, shouldn't they? Yeah, mate, I need to watch the scores because it is all happening. Ladies and gents, as a reminder, the live scores, we've got Union Berlin 1, Freiburg 1, Wolfsburg 1, Mainz 3, Eintracht Frankfurt 2, RB Leipzig 2, Stuttgart 4, Mönchengladbach 0, Heidenheim 4, Cologne 1. Oh my God, mate. Hoffenheim 3, Bayern 2, which would mean, as it currently stands with Stuttgart 4-0 up and Bayern trailing to Hoffenheim, that would mean that Stuttgart finished second. And I think a lot of Germans would say this is great for the league. It gets people like us Brits, it gets people around the world invested in German football. And it's why Man City should not be winning 4 Premier Leagues in a row. We need different teams challenging for the title. We need competition from all angles. And that's what the Bundesliga has provided this season, guys. Bochum a 3-1 down, by the way, if you are watching this and a Bochum fan. I think as we look to the live table, again, I will get it up at the end because we're almost at the end. Leverkusen are on the attack. Can they seal the deal? Florian Wirtz just missed. Great save. Comes to the edge of the box. Still on the attack, Leverkusen. As it stands, guys, Stuttgart are second, Bayern third, Leipzig fourth, Dortmund fifth. As it stands down the bottom, obviously Darmstadt are relegated, long gone. Cologne, long gone. Union Berlin are in the relegation playoff. I think they're facing Dusseldorf, aren't they, for the relegation playoff? Is it set in stone? I'm not sure. Despite losing, Bochum are safe there. They're 2 points ahead of Union Berlin. Mainz are well out of it as well. They're 13th. Mönchengladbach 14th out of 18th. What a terrible season for Borussia. I think we should be getting these final scores on the screen. Let me do a little bit of editing. Ladies and gents, yes, Dusseldorf is set in stone. So as we're currently at, Union Berlin will be facing Dusseldorf for a spot in the Bundesliga. The loser of that game, in the Zwei Bundesliga. Oh my God. Mate, thank you for keeping up. Ladies and gents, I've not put it on the screen, but as you can see, Andreas has said Bayern are 2 down. What he means is Bayern Munich are losing 4-2 to Hoffenheim. Dude, this is crazy stuff. The final game of the season. Jesus Christ, it's all going on. It's all going on. Just as I got to change my banner, it changes again. As a reminder, Leverkusen 2-1 up against Augsburg. They are going to be the very first Bundesliga team to go a whole season unbeaten. Hoffenheim 4-2 up versus Bayern Munich, which would mean Stuttgart, who are currently 4-0 up versus Mönchengladbach, which would mean Stuttgart are going to finish second. Mainz absolutely living the dream at the moment. They are 3-1 up, I believe. Again, every time I look away, the score changes. This is crazy. Dortmund are now 4-0 up against Darmstadt. Every time I change one score, another one changes. Do we get this in the Premier League? Well, we kind of do. We all remember the Aguero moment, and we might get a similar moment if somehow West Ham get something at the Etihad tomorrow. Union Berlin drawing 1-1 last time I looked versus Freiburg. Ladies and gents, keep everyone updated as I'm changing this. Wolfsburg losing 3-1 to Mainz. We know that already. 3 added minutes, ladies and gents, in the Leverkusen game. We've got about 3 minutes left. After 3 minutes, they will do what nobody else has done and become an unbeaten Bundesliga team. Werder Bremen 4, Bochum 1. Heidenheim 4, Cologne 1. No other changes of score, so I think I'm good to go with this. Scores are on the screen for you right now, guys. As we can see, Leverkusen 2, Augsburg 1, Dortmund 4, Darmstadt 0, Hoffenheim 4, Bayern 2, Union Berlin 1, Freiburg 1, Wolfsburg 1, Mainz 3. I think Mainz are 4. Yeah, no, Mainz. Yeah, Mainz are 3-1 up. Full time in Dortmund. The game is finished 4-0, ladies and gents. Dortmund have won their final game at the Westfalenstadion. Marco Reus. Can this be 3-1 for Leverkusen? The Augsburg keeper has played really well. This probably should be 5-1 to Leverkusen, by the way. 2 minutes left in the Bayern game. We're in the 92nd minute, which would mean, as we currently stand, there's 5 minutes of added time at Stuttgart. That score's not going to change. They're 4-0 up. It's all down to Bayern now. We spoke earlier on about Schalke and the year in which they probably should have won the Bundesliga. They didn't. Bayern got that last minute or third minute of extra time. They got that goal, which meant they won the Bundesliga. They're not going to win the Bundesliga, but they will clinch second place if they score. They have a superior goal difference than Stuttgart. Yeah, he should have scored that, mate. The keeper's playing great for Augsburg. The keeper is playing fantastic. The Kane curse is in full effect. I think so. Hopefully he's not going to curse England in the bloody Euros. How awkward will it be when I do a live stream and England are playing Germany? Because there's more and more of you wonderful Germans are subscribing to the channel. And I would like to say, Dankeschön. We are going to be covering a lot more Bundesliga football next season. I'm planning a few trips to Germany. Any suggestions of clubs, by the way, to visit, let us know. Whipped into the box. I think we're safe to say that Leverkusen are going to finish this game unbeaten, even if they do concede a goal. Penalty for Union. Andreas, bloody hell. Right. Union Berlin have a penalty. Bear in mind, it's 1-1 versus Freiburg at the moment, which is kind of worrying because their goal difference is superior to Bochum's as well, which is bad news for Bochum. Mate, how's the penalty gone? Oh, man, Union scored. Ladies and gents, if you're watching this, it's all kicked off. Leverkusen have officially completed a full Bundesliga season unbeaten. Incredible stuff. First ever Bundesliga title for Leverkusen. We're going to get the trophy lift in a moment. Let's just have a round of applause for Leverkusen, ladies and gents. Come on. Let's get the Leverkusen emojis in the comments, everyone. Get the clapping emojis on the go. Come on, I want to see at least one. Clapping emoji. Let's all hand it to Bayer Leverkusen, ladies and gents. To win your first ever Bundesliga undefeated is ridiculous. But I have to refer, as I'm... Let's change hats 1 sec. Bad news for Bochum fans. I know there's a few of you on the channel. As it currently stands, Union Berlin have scored a penalty. So you've got the Deutsche Fußballmeister banner being flown over the top of the Bayer Arena. Let's get this banner off because that is incorrect, guys. Again, as we look to the scores, there's still games underway. Union Berlin are winning 2-1 at Freiburg, but Bochum, unfortunately, the game's still on, but they're losing 4-1 to Werder Bremen. As a reminder, Dortmund won 4-0, Leverkusen won 2-1. It looks like Hoffenheim are going to beat Bayern 4-2. Scenes everywhere. Mainz have won 3-1 at Wolfsburg. Frankfurt and Leipzig 2-2. As it currently stands, Stuttgart will get second place. What a season for the Bundesliga. Bayern don't just give up the title. They don't even get second place as it stands. Crazy scenes. What a time to be a fan of Bundesliga football, ladies and gents. By the way, if you are watching along to the Leverkusen, by the way, guys, if you are watching, where is it? Guys, if you are watching the Leverkusen game, celebrations are underway. What a season to be a Bayer Leverkusen fan, ladies and gents. Absolute incredible scenes. I'm just waiting on the final whistle at Hoffenheim. Deutsche Fußballmeister 23-24. 23, 1, 2, 3. Wir 21. I think that's right. Not just Deutsche Meisters, unbeaten Deutsche Bloody Meisters. There we go, guys. Get your clapping emojis in the comments, regardless as to whether you're a Leverkusen fan. I'm not, categorized as a Leverkusen fan. I've just loved this story. It broke the mold of Bayern's domination. And even if you're, maybe not if you're a Cologne fan, but you've got to say it's good for the Bundesliga as a neutral. The last thing I want is for Arsenal to win the Premier League. But as a neutral, I want Arsenal to win the Premier League in the final game of the season. As a United fan, as someone who hated bloody Arsenal in the 90s, if you watch a 99 documentary, hated Arsenal, but I want them to win the Premier League for the good of the Premier League. Leverkusen have won the Bundesliga for the good of the Bundesliga. Oh, Christ, how awkward. We've got an Arsenal fan. James, AFC Arsenal fan. Since 2024? 2024, we've got a new Arsenal fan. Yes, mate. I really hope you do win the Premier League tomorrow, mate. I've took a risk and I'm going to the Etihad to capture what I believe might be celebrations for a fourth title in a row. Probably it's going to be a schoolboy error if Arsenal win this, because the celebrations outside the Etihad will be incredible. On screen right now, they've got a graphic above the Bayer Arena. They always do this Deutsche Meister graphic, the German champions, Bundesliga champions, but they've got unbeaten, invincibles. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gents, come on, let's get your clapping emojis for Leverkusen. They deserve it. They deserve it. Will we get clapping emojis for Stuttgart, though? Is it full time? The game's still going on at Union Berlin. The Hoffenheim game has finished, which means Stuttgart finished second of the Bundesliga. Ladies and gents, get your clapping emojis for Stuttgart. Let's get them going. Stuttgart have also surpassed Bayern Munich. And us British people, maybe not us Brits, but the British media, always being snobby, putting the Premier League on a pedestal, saying how much better our football is compared to football across Europe, German football in particular, the Farmers League. No, you've got Borussia Dortmund in the final of the bloody Champions League versus Real Madrid. Bayern Munich was so close to knocking Real Madrid out the Champions League. They were eliminated through minor things. And those two teams have finished third and fifth in the Bundesliga. Leverkusen unbeaten, knocked West Ham out. Stuttgart second. It's time to stop being snobby about German football. It's time to raise a glass, maybe not to Bochum, because they've had a bit of a mare, but to German football, ladies and gents. Let's get your cheers emojis. Come on. Let's do a Stone Cold Steve Austin and give it to the Bundesliga, because what a league this has been. Xabi Alonso, I mean, you can't take that smile off his face. He's grinning from ear to ear, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, ladies and gents. If there's any scores on the screen I've missed and are incorrect, please let me know in the comments. That are the Union Berlin game is still going on. We've got 10 minutes of added time. So it's not over yet for us Bochum fans. Us Bochum fans, should I be saying that? Should I be categorising myself as a Bochum fan? I am behind Bochum. I know we've got some Union Berlin fans in the building. That's it, mate. Raise a glass. Toast Leverkusen. Toast Stuttgart. Toast the Bundesliga. Wowzers. Feel like I want to go out on the lash with the missus now on that end party. So Florian Wirtz bouncing up and down. You've got Grimaldo there. You've got all the coaching staff. Xabi Alonso. They formed a circle on the pitch in the Bayer Arena. They're hopping up and down, dancing away, as every unbeaten Bundesliga team should do. I've never quite understood when teams become champions why all the players wear a flag of their nationality. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine me going and playing German football and putting a St. George's cross over me. It just feels a bit weird. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't know why players do it. Different in national tournaments, of course, but yeah, always baffling. Very baffling. Never quite understand that one. Thank you, Sean, for the update. If you are watching this and you are British, as a reminder, we've got a League One playoff final today at Wembley. It's currently Bolton 0, Oxford 0. Obviously, Bolton going into that game favourites. When we were going to go in the Oxford end. As you know, as a United fan, I always support the underdogs, of course. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Tobias. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. We've done a second half watch along. It's been incredible. Really, really fun. I've really enjoyed this. I think this has been my first watch along, possibly. Almost did one off the back of that Europa League semi-final where it looked like Leverkusen were going to end their unbeaten run. Obviously, it didn't end that way at all. They drew 2-2. Enjoyed it. And as a reminder, we're going to be live again from the second half of the game tomorrow at the Etihad. In the first half, I'm going to be editing up the footage from the pre-match build-up, all the atmosphere around the ground, and I'll get that video uploaded. So I think these watch-alongs, when you do a full game, are a little bit too long. It's obviously a lot better in the second half. Again, if you've not got Sky Sports or Now TV, or you're not watching the Leverkusen game, there's a guy walking on to a podium now at the Bayer Arena. He's got those gloves on, those disposable gloves. He's walking very carefully, trying not to trip over. He's put in the Bundesliga shield, the trophy, on a stand. It looks beautiful and shiny. The players are about to line up, and we're going to end this live stream as just after Leverkusen raised the trophy. As a reminder again, it finished. So Union Berlin have beaten Freiburg 2-1. That means this is... Oh, we've still got a game on the go. I better leave the table for one moment because RB Leipzig and Frankfurt are still playing. It does mean, unfortunately, Bochum fans, that you are going to be playing Düsseldorf in the relegation playoff match. Obviously, winner being a Bundesliga team, loser going down to the Zwei Bundesliga. I like that little concept. Imagine we had like a fourth from bottom spot in the Premier League playing a playoff spot from the Championship. Would be quite interesting. You get the likes of, I don't know, Forest versus Southampton, for example, for a spot in the Premier League. I do like that concept. So all kinds of people are heading towards the podium now to collect their medal and stuff. Fans are going nuts. Again, as a reminder, we did a live stream with Leverkusen fans a couple of days ago. They're going to be there, Gareth and Joe. Gareth and Joe, I've not seen you on the telly yet, but you must be living a bloody dream, lads. Fair play to you. I thought there's a couple of people here have a tray of what I thought was drinks, but no, it looks like it is medals. I thought they're going to hand everyone a shot to start the party, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So players are getting their medals now, shaking hands, all the subs and stuff. I think it's time now for me to actually get the graphic of the league table on for you guys, just to see how it finished just before they do raise the trophy, lift the trophy. That is how the Bundesliga was finished, ladies and gents. As you can see, Leverkusen in first place on 90 points, way ahead of second place. Stuttgart, they did it, guys. They surpassed Bayern Munich, who are on 72 points, 1 point behind Stuttgart. Then you got Leipzig and Dortmund. Again, as a reminder, not a disaster of a season, both playing Champions League football. Dortmund, regardless as to whether they beat Real Madrid, they've got that fifth spot, which guarantees Champions League football. Eintracht Frankfurt, then you've got Hoffenheim, Heidenheim, Werder Bremen, Freiburg, Augsburg, Wolfsburg, Mainz, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Union Berlin have survived in the Bundesliga. They will not be playing the relegation playoff versus Dusseldorf, Bochum, Cologne, terrible season, rivals to Leverkusen, relegated, Darmstadt, absolutely bloody awful this season. That is how the Bundesliga will finish. That Frankfurt game versus Leipzig has ended, by the way. It does say on there that it's still going on. It has ended. What a fantastic final game of the season. I'm going to hang around for the next sort of 5 minutes, guys, just to see Leverkusen lift the trophy. Raise the glass for Bayer Leverkusen. What a season. Almost time to lift the trophy, ladies and gents. Shaking hands. Florian Wirtz is getting his medal now. What a player. Who is your Leverkusen player of the season, by the way? A lot of people are saying Florian Wirtz. A lot of people are saying Grimaldo. Some are saying Granit Xhaka. They've all been decent. I've always liked Frimpong as well. The keeper's about to go up. Fantastic. I could try and show you what's happening if you're not watching it, but I'll get done for copyright. Just a reminder. What a bloody job he's done, eh? What a job Xabi Alonso's done. And fair play to him for staying at Leverkusen for at least one more year. So I'm not sure if we get one of those in the Premier League. Those kind of like, what do you call them? Those like things, those triangular pendants. Is that what they're called? They're just about to lift the trophy, ladies and gents. Let's risk it. Let's risk the copyright. Here they go. Oh. 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 Yes. They've done it. They've done it. Duh, duh. No, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, isn't going to walk out and say, ooh, yeah, they love playing his theme tune. There we go. Ladies and gents, thank you for tuning in to the live stream, the watch along. Again, this live stream will end, but head over to check out the upcoming live streams tomorrow from outside the Etihad. Hopefully the final game of the Premier League season is just as exciting as it's been the final game of the Bundesliga season. They're all lifting the trophy. They're all getting involved. Hopefully we get a nice end to the season, regardless who wins. As a reminder again, live at Wembley for the FA Cup final. Live at outside Wembley again for the evening game, the Champions League final in 2 weeks' time, where I might be able to wear this shirt. They haven't seen the bloody Schalke videos. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for an incredible season. We have surpassed 20,000 subscribers. 20,000? Is that German for 20,000? 20,000 subscribers. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. What a pleasure. it's been Auf Wiedersehen.